Welcome back, everyone. Mastering the reorder paragraph section is all about spotting the subtle breadcrumbs left by the author. Today, I'll show you how to decode logical sequences and connect ideas like a pro to maximize your PTE reading score. Let's dive into how we can transform a jumbled mess of sentences into a perfectly structured narrative. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to subscribe to my PTE Pro for more expert strategies. Let's keep building your path to success together. Over the past few decades, astronomers have discovered thousands of planets orbiting stars beyond our own solar system. This sentence serves as the independent opening because it introduces the broad topic of astronomers have discovered new celestial bodies without requiring any previous context. It establishes the time frame of the past few decades and the subject of planets orbiting stars outside our system, providing a clear foundation for the more specific details that follow. I am placing this sentence in the first position because it functions as a standalone topic sentence. It lacks any back-referencing pronouns or transition words, instead introducing the general concept of thousands of planets found beyond our own solar system, which sets the stage for the entire passage. Known as exoplanets, these distant worlds range from rocky Earth-sized spheres to massive gas giants larger than Jupiter. This sentence follows the first by providing a specific name and description for the thousands of planets previously mentioned. By using the term known as exoplanets, the author defines these distant worlds and expands on their physical variety, ranging from rocky Earth-sized spheres to massive gas giants. I am placing this sentence in the second position directly after sentence 1. The phrase, "these distant worlds," acts as the linguistic glue, using a demonstrative adjective to refer back to the planets introduced in the first sentence. Furthermore, the label known as exoplanets provides the formal terminology for those previously described bodies. Detecting these bodies is a complex task because they are often obscured by the intense glare of their host stars. The focus shifts here from the description of the planets to the difficulty of detecting these bodies. It explains the challenge of visibility, noting that these objects are often obscured by the intense glare of stars, which creates a logical problem that needs a subsequent solution. I am placing this sentence in the third position. The phrase, "these bodies," refers directly back to the exoplanets and worlds mentioned in the previous sentence. This transition moves the narrative from what the planets are to the complex task involved in finding them. To overcome this, scientists use sensitive telescopes like the James Webb to observe the tiny dip in light as a planet passes in front of its star. This sentence provides the resolution to the visibility problem mentioned earlier. The opening phrase, "to overcome this," links directly to the obstacle of the intense glare, explaining that sensitive telescopes are used to detect a tiny dip in light when a planet moves. I am placing this sentence in the fourth position. The demonstrative phrase, "to overcome this," serves as a critical link, where this refers specifically to the complex task and the problem of being obscured, described in sentence 3. It introduces the James Webb as the tool used for the solution. By studying the chemical composition of these planets' atmospheres, researchers hope to find definitive evidence of life elsewhere in the universe. This final sentence looks toward the future goals of the research mentioned. After explaining how planets are found, it details the next step of studying the chemical composition of atmospheres to search for evidence of life, providing a high-level conclusion to the scientific process. I am placing this sentence in the fifth position as the concluding thought. The reference to these planets' atmospheres ties back to the specific planet mentioned in sentence 4. It moves from the method of detection to the ultimate objective of finding life elsewhere in the universe. To excel in reorder paragraphs, always start by identifying the independent sentence that introduces the topic without referring to previous information. Look for linguistic markers like demonstrative pronouns and definite articles that point back to specific nouns in preceding sentences. Finally, ensure the logical progression follows a clear path, such as moving from a general problem to a specific solution.